In Louisville, Kentucky, they love thoroughbreds who know how to run down the stretch and get to the wire first, and certainly they've seen plenty of them here. From Johnny Unitas to Lamar Jackson, today the Louisville Cardinals will try to live up to that legacy. We're really looking forward to this matchup. We've got a team that's made its way into the top 25, now trying to pass an all-important road test. As we'll see the number 24 team in the country, the Duke Blue Devils, taking on a team looking for its first win, the Louisville Cardinals. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, David Polligan, Jesse Palmer with me. Guys, it's time to get it going. And the Blue Devils will kick it off to get us underway. That is not the way you want to start, with the kickoff going out of bounds. The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. Offense getting set for first down. And it's picked off. He'll try to take it back. He's at the 10. And he will roll into the end zone. Touchdown, Blue Devils. That's one of those plays you put a highlighter beside it, can really swing a game.
100%. There's a couple plays a game where you go back and you look and you're like, man, that changed the whole outcome. What an unbelievable play by the defense, not just to get the turnover, to score the points off that.
Looks like he's going to try to return it. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. The Louisville offense is headed back out on the field. The big thing now, don't get rattled by that last pick six, David.
Nah, it was a big mistake. Obviously, the defense took advantage of it, but you got to put it behind you. Jesse, I'm sure you know a thing or two about throwing a pick six and how to rebound.
I believe I've only thrown one in my life, but yes, I do, because of that singular instance. I'll say this. You can't let that play beat you twice. You got to go out and not try to get it all back here in one play. Just execute the offense.
They need something that goes forward this time on 2nd and long from the 14. They go to the ground. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the field. Let's see what the call is. Amazing how many times an offensive holding penalty will stall a drive. We'll see if the offense can overcome it. Now on 2nd down. Wide receiver now comes in motion. Trying play action. Fires to the wideout. And it'll be incomplete. This defense is physical in pass deep.
Well, that's just a great play by the defender and great timing. It was the hit that forced that incompletion.
This defense has kept them backed up. Now one more stop, and they can get off the field on 3rd and long. Now the quarterback changing the original play call. On 3rd and long, hoping to throw beyond the sticks. Catch in the middle, it's Hughes. And he's not going to get there. The defense stands tall and makes the stop.
One of the things I love about this defense is they just have such great awareness, and they're always communicating. They understood the down and distance. They knew exactly what they needed to do to make the tackle to force the punt. That is so well done.
They'll try it on the ground. They stop him short of the marker, and they'll turn it over on downs.
That's a great job there by the defense here early in this game, getting a huge stop, and they've got an opportunity to make the opponent pay. Offense taking over now in great field possession. Let's see what they can do here from a play calling standpoint to try to put some points on the board.
The RPO, fire complete to the left. Nice pitch and catch there, and they'll have enough for the first down. The Blue Devils are in the hurry-up. From the gun, running back gets to give. He bullies his way all the way down to the 5-yard line. Sometimes people say, if you're good enough, what's the big deal about going on the road? Well, if you're not careful, you might find out in a spot like this one, guys.
Yeah, no doubt about it. This is a hostile environment, and you know you're going to be getting the opponent's A game for this one. They've circled this one all off season, so they better be ready to bring it today, David.
And the hardest thing to do in college football is to go on the road. Everything about it changes, and you want to shut this crowd up early. You don't want to give them belief, because if it starts to build throughout the game, look out.
And the Blue Devils line it up with a 1st and goal. Just going to keep it after the snap. And he'll finish the run in the end zone. Touchdown, Duke. They'll try to tack one more on their score. And the extra point makes it 14-0. Quick work on that scoring drive, just 4 plays. And they capped it off with a 1-yard plunge. It bounds through the back of the end zone, and it'll be a touchback. Louisville has it back, and the offense coming out ready to attack. To say this has been a slow start is a bit of an understatement, and they really need to get it going here, Jesse.
That's right. The opponent, they're firing on all cylinders right out of the gate. Offensively for this unit, they've been slow and struggling. They need an explosive play to wake themselves up.
Yeah, and it's just the first quarter, so it's not the end of the world. You've seen slow starts, but you got to continue to pick and pick and pick until you find that play or that scheme that you can use against this defense.
They'll try the left side. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
2nd and short equals bow up, be physical, move a hole, get a gap, let my back fall forward. That back had nowhere to run, no push up front. Got to be more physical, Jesse, on those 2nd down and short situations.
So for that point, David, I think you got to stick with it if you're on offense as a staff. Challenge your guys to get some push up front. You've recruited this position really well. You need these guys to move some bodies because you've got a talented guy in the backfield that can hurt this defense if you just give him a crease.
They want to run it left here. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
Well, you see the defense make a big play there in the RPO, and they're doing it because they're starting to load the box. If you're the play caller offensively, you might want to think about having your quarterback keep the ball and then try to throw it downfield.
Now he's looking to throw it. That pass is incomplete, and they're probably fortunate that it wasn't knocked free for a fumble.
Well, this defense felt coming into the game that if he was going to try to throw from the pocket, they could get to him and affect his accuracy, and they did on that last play.
On 3rd and long, trying to have a big completion here. Excellent job working through the air. They're finding a hole in that defense and picking up a 1st down.
You know, one of the areas that separate good offensive coordinators from great ones is how efficient their offenses are on 3rd down passing plays. That was the perfect call at the perfect time and obviously executed well.
Off the play fake on 1st down to throw. Fires on the move. Makes the grab. And he'll be marked down, but he's got enough to move the chains.
And I love the awareness by the wide receiver on that play because I'm not sure that route was supposed to be that deep. You got to wonder if the receiver decided maybe to adjust the route a little bit to make sure that he got the 1st down.
Give to Brown. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3.
Well, we know this offense obviously really struggled there last time out, and they knew coming into this one they would have to be better at running the football, and that just has not happened in this game. They're simply not physical enough offensively at this point.
Wants to throw on 2nd down. And the ball is intercepted. Bringing it back. Powers through. A sweet return after the pick, and they'll have it at the 43.
That's the end of the 1st quarter with the score 2-14. Louisville 0.
1st down to start the drive after the break. They're going to throw it to start the drive. Catch in the middle. It's Collins. All the way down to the 25-yard line. They move the sticks. It's first down. They've built this offense around finding mismatches and just get the ball to the back and let him do his thing.
Yeah, it didn't have to be long down the field. Like it threw it right near the line of scrimmage, but you know I got a guy when he gets in space.
Got some room, headed to the goal line. And he strides his way into the end zone. Touchdown, Blue Devils. These guys are really hitting their stride in week 4 as they push out that lead. And with the extra point, they're up 21-0. Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Guys, right back to your game after we update the nation on this one. Missouri just wrapped up 4 quarters worth of dominance on its way to victory. And that's really the standard there in Columbia. That's a tremendous fan base, and they'll enjoy this one all week. The circle of life in college football, where one team moves on feeling like kings, and the other heads home licking its wounds.
Kevin, thanks a lot for that one. Sounds as if they had a good one there. Off the deflection, missed a great chance to force the turnover. Instead, it'll be second down.
Oh, man, the quarterback almost just threw his second interception on as many drives. He's trying to fit that football in there. It gets tipped up in the air. He's lucky that wasn't picked off.
Quarterback changing the plays at the line. They'll throw again after the incompletion. Scrambling away. Nothing doing downfield. He'll cut his losses and throw it away. It'll be third down.
Man, I don't know if you want that guy outside the pocket very often because he's so fast and he can do some damage, but they did a nice job containing him. Once he left the pocket, they were ready for it, came to him, he tried to throw the football. Nice hit on the quarterback as he's throwing to force a bad pass.
He's got it. He's run out of bounds, but not before. Turning in a big pickup and moving the sticks for a first down. And the Cardinals come to the line with a new set of downs. Back to the air one more time. The throw to the outside is complete. He will step out of bounds, but not before the big pickup and a first down for this offense. The Cardinals are rolling down the field. Keeping it on the ground with the single back. And he's able to shed one tackle and pick up pretty good yardage.
And as an offensive coordinator, you don't need the perfect play with this guy as your running back. He's going to make the play perfect for you because he makes everybody miss. Spin moves, hurdles, stiff arms, speed, whatever it takes to move the sticks.
And the ball slipped out. And the defense snatches it, and they reverse the field. And they'll drag him down after a good return.
I love those smashes where you can hear it up here, Reese. Goodness gracious, you can hear the contact. Such a big lick. The offensive guy doesn't hold on to the football. Huge momentum swing. Big turnover forced by the defense.
Now he's going to break the pocket. Finds his man. It's Collins. Got room at the 35. Flying down the right side. Touchdown, Duke. And once he got loose, it was all over.
Man, how hard is it to defend when you have a weapon like this at running back that can play wide receiver? You can design ways to get the football in his hand. Palmer, once you get it in his hands, he'll do the rest.
Yeah, no doubt. I mean, and oftentimes those are easier throws for quarterbacks. And these running backs, they're just naturally so good when they have the football out in space. Their vision, their creativity, their ability to make people miss. And this guy showed you right there, a difficult guy to stop now if you're this defense moving forward.
The Louisville offense is headed back out on the field. That fumble in plus territory just ruined that last drive, David.
Yeah, and those are frustrating when you got the offense moving a little bit and you put that thing on the deck, Jesse. But move on, reload, forget about it.
At the end of the day, it's just fundamental football, right? They practice it all week. 5 points of pressure. Every ball carrier has to have it. They just got to do a better job moving forward.
finds a soft spot. And you want to talk about gang tackling. Everybody on the defense run to the ball.
And that's why QBs love their tight ends so much, right? Especially when they're athletic, because they make short throws turn into long gains. Because of his ability after the catch, it's so unique and special. He is dominant in this offense.
Looking to pass on second down. That pass is incomplete, and they might be fortunate it wasn't knocked free for a fumble. It'll be third down.
Doesn't take this defense a lot of time to get to the quarterback, man. They've got speed all over the place. They hit him so quickly, and because of that, the ball falls incomplete.
Fast motion from the offense. On third and long, he's going to have to throw for it. Grabbed in the middle. It's Pauling. You know this sophomore has a big arm, and there were some revolutions on that one. This first half of offense won't go on the highlight reel so far, but starting to get things moving, it's 1st and 10. Gets it out quickly. Make the stop at the 40, but it's a 10-yard gain and a fresh set of downs. We've made our way to the 2-minute warning, and now they'll try to at least cut a little something off of this lead before the break. Now on first down from the 40. He's going to pass. Shoots it to the left. He's got it. A quick tackle made, but he's got plenty for the first down.
Yeah, and you see the wide receiver, he's got to push up field, make it look like he's going deep, but does a really good job sitting down on that curl, catching the ball, and then as soon as you catch that thing on that curl route, get upfield, get positive yards. Nice route by that wide receiver.
They make the stop after the catch, and still some work to do to pick up that first down.
I want to get my running backs the ball in space as much as possible, and sometimes it doesn't work in the running game, but I can throw it to them. I can try to create some space out wide, dump him the football, let him make some catches, and see if I can't get some big plays out of it.
Looking to throw on second down. And that is interception number 3 on the day. Going the other way, and he's got room. Inside the 40. Past the 30. Running inside the 20. And he's going to take it all the way. Touchdown, Blue Devils. Look, I know it's only the second quarter, but we're starting to see a pretty significant gap develop between these two teams right now.
No doubt. When your defense is scoring, your offense is scoring, good things happening for your ball club. This defense on point, reading their scouting report, making big plays.
And he takes this from inside the 5. He was looking for more running room, but none to be found as he stopped at the 23. Louisville has it back in the offense, coming out ready to attack. They find themselves in a pretty deep hole here, but maybe a chance to grab a little momentum and regroup at halftime.
Yeah, a big chance. Like this is an opportunity. This is the biggest opportunity in front of them in the game right now. You got to get some points on the board. You got to create something positive, Jesse. There hasn't been a whole lot to be positive about in the first half.
If I'm playing quarterback, I'm locating my go-to guy at receiver. Who can I count on one-on-one to go and make me a play? Maybe even one-on-two. Who can go up, catch the ball, get us some yards, and get us some points?
Stuck with a running game on first down. Now here they come again. On second down, he'll let it fly. He makes a catch. He puts him in business across the 50 into the 46-yard line. It'll be first down. A timeout is called as this offense tries to find a way to get more points on the board before the half. And the Cardinals will snap it on 1st and 10. He's looking to throw it. Feeling some heat. Can't find his man as he took a shot trying to deliver that football, and it'll be second down. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. Defense showing plenty of pre-snap movement of their own. Receivers telling the quarterback what they see. He's looking for a man on second down. Using the quick game. And a good job of coverage by that defense, just a short pickup. Here's a timeout on the field. Tight game here late in the first half.
Well, we knew coming into this game, this offense was going to try and get this receiver involved and get him involved early. So here they are just finding an easy completion. It's not a touchdown, but they just want to get this guy lathered up and get him into a run.
On 3rd and long, he has to throw for it. Fires it down the seam. And he'll pull it in inside the 20.
Well, look, that wasn't a touchdown, but that was a massive play for this offense. They needed some momentum. They needed to find a rhythm, and what better way than converting on 3rd down. Awesome job by the quarterback getting to his progression.
The pass falls incomplete, and there are 8 seconds left.
It's hard throwing in the pocket, man. You got bodies and 300-pound dudes falling all over the place. They're trying to hit you. That time, the pressure got to them, and it forced the incompletion.
Just a few seconds remaining here as they try to put something up before halftime. On 2nd down, wants to throw it. Grabbed in the backfield. It's Brown. And he is going to be forced out of bounds behind the line of scrimmage. Tremendous defense there. And it's 3rd down, but they're going to go ahead and try the field goal and try to get points before the break. Never a doubt. And they'll put 3 on the board, but the deficit remains huge. That's going to wrap up the first half here, and now we join Kevin with the halftime update. The Cardinals will kick it away to start the second half. Fielded in the end zone. It's Shelton. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. And the Duke offense heads back out onto the field. This has been exactly the way you draw things up, David. The offense has really been moving the football.
And it's been great execution. They've done exactly what they've wanted to do.
Oh, the ball squirts out. Defense coming up with a huge fumble recovery. And he's brought down, and this defense gets the ball back for its own. It's great to have a running threat at quarterback, but he's got to take care of the ball once he gets into traffic, and he didn't there.
He does, Reese, and he's a guy that is going to get a lot of opportunities to carry the football in this game because of the speed, because of his open field running ability, but you're right. You've got to be better with your ball security. This defense, when they
got some room, headed to the goal line. After the big game, but they've got it 1st and goal.
This is an offense that can find multiple ways to get explosive plays, especially when they hand it off to this guy, David.
And it's so nice to have a running game you can depend on, especially when you get the other side of the field, now set up on the 2-yard line.
Trying to bully their way in. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Cardinals. A quick strike, just as we expected.
Yeah, and quick strikes are easy when you got such a great field position. Obviously, when the offense starts in such a good spot, it puts the defense in a bad position, and the offense takes advantage.
We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
All right, guys, a little update on what else is happening in college football this weekend. Penn State has the lead right now inside Beaver Stadium, but Happy Valley is a tense place right now. This is a tight game. They're up by 7 over Rice. Your boy KC has you covered here in studio, guys, in case anything changes in this one.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. Goes to the option. He'll toss it. Finds his way ahead for 5, and now they've got it at the 28.
It's going to be important this offensive line is able to get a little bit of push. Just got to give this guy an inch, a little crease, and he can make yards for you.
On the option. He'll toss it. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
Yeah, so much success and so much production, but listen, at least the defense got a rep. You know, maybe this gets you a spark. Maybe this gets you some energy. Maybe we'll see a little bit more life from this defense.
Yeah, they may not win the game, but I think this defensive coaching staff at this point, based on how this game has gone, they're just trying to find things to build off of. And maybe that's something they can point to as they get ready for their next opponent, of things they did right and things that they got to do more consistently moving forward.
Wide receiver coming across in motion. To the air on first down. Going for the big play. It's a big stride inside the 10. Touchdown, Duke. And the beatdown has ensued.
Well, as a defense, you know you're going to see the go route, especially against this guy. He does it to defenses, it seems, every single week, and so they're not able to get back deep enough to get run by. He makes the catch and then runs it into the end zone. They're going to have to change up their coverage and get some safety help up over the top because this guy's speed is a problem.
Let's see if he can make a play on the return. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. The Louisville offense is headed back out on the field. There's certainly still a hill to climb, but they've got to make sure these drives pay off. Got a touchdown last time. Can they back it up here?
Well, and it's amazing in a football game how sometimes they'll surprise you with what you do. Once you get settled, you realize what's going on. Now, I'm comfortable with it. Jesse, this offense looked comfortable on this last drive.
They sure did. It looked like they started to find some momentum. So now it's on this defense to stop that, all right? You're a little bit upset based on what just happened the previous drive. You've got to bow up again and go back to what was working earlier in this game.
Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face third down. From the gun, wants to pass. Throws for the tight end. Another incompletion on third down.
Man, this defense takes tons of pride in their pass defense. They've got athletes on the back end that can break on the ball, and they've got hands, too. We've seen them pluck 3 picks already. They almost got another one there.
He gets a block. He's going to get loose. He'll take it to the house. Touchdown, Blue Devils. That return man saw daylight the instant the ball touched his hands, and he darted to it and took it to the house.
And Reese, I think it's one of the hardest things to do in football, to catch the ball as all these guys are flying around you, and you got to take it, make a miss, try to find spaces and creases that aren't there. Great job making a huge play. Special teams and punt returns coming up big.
He'll bring it out. It's Turner. Gets it across the 20 to the 21, and not quite what he would have picked up just taking the touchback. Louisville has it back in the offense, coming out ready to attack. The last time we saw this offense, we had to look quick. It was a 3-and-out, Jesse.
They just had no rhythm in that last drive. So someone's going to have to step up and make a play, David, and get this thing going.
Yeah, let's find some juice. Find your guy. Find those plays that you know you can run inside out, forward, backwards. Get some first downs. Get some positive momentum.
They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. Quarterback reacting to what the D is showing. Off the play fake. Unloads it left. It's caught. And the defense makes the immediate tackle, but he has enough for the first down. Looking to move it through the air. Moving, keeping the eyes downfield. Another interception. This guy just can't find his own players. And they capitalize not only on the pick, but the great return to give the offense tremendous field position.
I think everybody thinks when you say middle of the field safety, that's an easy responsibility. There's a lot of field in the middle, okay? I got to cover a lot of space. He does an unbelievable job covering space, breaking on the football, seeing the route, and going and getting the interception. Nice play by that safety.
And they'll bring him to the ground after a short gain. Going to work on second down in the red zone, and still some ground to cover to pick up that first down. They'll run the option. He'll pitch it. Pulled down after picking up 5 to the 6-yard line. Boy, they'd love to move the sticks here and take a shot at it on first and goal. Movement on the offensive line. That's going to be a false start, and they'll walk it back. So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. Now on third down for this offense. Defense might bring the house here. On third down, going up top. He finds his man. And they'll stop him inside the 5, but the defense is backed up in the shadow of its own goalpost. They didn't quite get that route run deep enough to pick up the first down. Now they've got a 4th and short.
And I think everybody at home tends to yell at their television set. Why aren't you getting past the first down marker? Why did you run your route short? Defense did a good job knowing where that was. But now, 4th down, offense has to...
Fighting for the goal line, and the ball's out. Defense just cradling that fumble and securing it.
Well, it looked like he was going to get the first down there. You're the quarterback, you're the coach, you're thinking, all right, fresh set of downs. Offensive coordinator's already looking at his play sheet, getting ready to tile up the next play, but not so fast, David. Defense comes away with a massive takeaway.
Huge takeaway, and think about it. You're trying as hard as you can to get him down, stop him on this 4th down, get the ball back. He gets the first down. It's a little bit demoralizing, but because you're running to the football, you get a hand on it, you get the football out. Now you get, it's like stopping him on 4th down anyways, because you got the ball and you're getting it back to your offense.
Line gets set, first down. They'll run it to the right. Nice, solid form tackle from this sophomore.
That's the end of the third quarter of play. With the score 2-49. 10.
Second down here as they go back to work after the break. They think they can create space here with the run to the right. And the defense expected the run, and they got it. No gain. He just gets it back to the 2.
Yeah, and this offense has to find a way to run the football. They got to get more creative, whatever that looks like for this offense, something to jumpstart them because nothing really going on the ground.
Yeah, defensively, though, you got to give them credit, too, because they knew that physically they were going to try to be challenged up front. That was a big MO for this offense coming into it. But the defense, they've risen to the occasion. Their front 7 has dominated this entire game.
The sweet feet buy a little time. And here's the 5th interception by this quarterback. And they capitalize not only on the pick, but on the great return to improve this field position. And Duke has the ball back, ready to go on the attack. After that last drive, he came back to the sideline, and the coach probably said, you dropped it? You didn't pick it up? Come on, get on the ball, David.
No, that's not what he said. He said, you're doing a great job. Just keep your head. Yo, he got blasted. You got to hold on to the football ball. Turnovers decide games. Those are big plays.
It's tough on him, too, because he knows he let his offense down on that last drive. So you know that guy's eager and anxious to come out here and make a play.
And it'll be incomplete. This is some physical pass defense.
Well, the quarterback's thrown from the pocket. He's trying to fit that football into a real small window down the middle of the field, and the defender's hit was able to jar the ball loose from the receiver. Great job.
Trying to move the sticks on third down through the air. Finds a man on the left. Touchdown, Duke! And the route is on. They tack a little more onto this lead, and they're on their way to a 3-0 start.
Points, points, and more points. This offense has had their way. They just keep their foot on the gas, keep putting up points, keep putting up touchdowns. And you know what? This is one of those stats days. You look back and you're like, that guy had 12 touchdowns in the year. Well, 4 or 5 of them might have been in this game.
And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Dynamite matchup this week, fellas. Let's show you what's going down. Baylor has opened up the playbook, and they are scoring in bunches right now. This offense has been electric. They're up by 38 over the Pandas. We'll circle back if anything big happens in this college football matchup.
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. Off the play fake on first down to throw. Makes the grab outside. It's Turner. And he has run out of bounds as they go backwards there and just avoided the contact. We'll see if they can dig one up that goes forward this time on second down from the 18. He's looking to throw. Got his man quickly. Finally run out of bounds, but he has this offense rolling with a first down.
The offense has struggled. They're not going to win this game, but trust me, this coaching staff is still trying to find things to build off of for next week. And after an explosive play like that, maybe they can generate just a little bit of momentum and gain a little bit of confidence that they can keep coaching up heading into their next game.
Grabs it in the middle. They make the stop, but the sweet rolling catch is plenty to give them a first down. And the Cardinals come to the line with a fresh set of downs. He'll just keep slinging it. Snagged in the middle. It's McClain. They'll pick up 4, 2nd and 6 coming. Tempo and overdrive.
A nice job by the QB there, timing out that drag throw. It's zone coverage, so he's got to make sure he gets it to his receiver in a window to allow him to catch the ball and then turn it upfield.
Caught over the middle. It's Hughes. And the catch was one thing, and the run even better. A big pickup on that one.
I love having guys that have the ability to make something happen after they catch it. Simple hitch route, right? Okay, give me some extra yards. Get me a first down after the play. Nice job by the wide receiver.
And it's another interception as his assault on the record book continues. Didn't really have room to operate on the return, but he hands him the ball at the 32. Touch pass on the jet sweep. He's there to make the stop, and they threw it in reverse, losing yardage on that play.
Really good job by the defense, seeing it and going and getting it. Nice job understanding the touch pass. It could happen. Those guys go in motion, man. I got to understand, safety's got to see that and start flying down, getting ready to play that. Nice job by the defense being ready for that play.
Snags it over the middle. How about this backer in pass coverage and bringing the big hit stick with him, too? You know, we joke that the tight end's always open, David, but play action almost makes it impossible to keep them covered.
And yeah, because those guys, they're such good blockers most of the time. They're big and physical, and they sell block for a second, and then they run open and they find holes in zones, or they get good matchups. And, man, those tight ends nowadays are nightmares for defenses to try to stop.
Complete to the left. And another big game for this offense. They are putting explosive pass after explosive pass up in this one. With the first down, they'll put it in play from the 33.
42 Spider. 4-2 Spider.
Here comes the option. He's going to be able to pick up a few yards before the slide.
And there's nothing more frustrating than when you get late in the game and you know they're running the football and you don't stop them. It's been that kind of day for this defense. They haven't played well. They're going to have to go to the well. They're going to have to figure some things out. Practice this week, I can promise you, will not be a lot of fun with these coaches.
Brought to the ground, but not before getting enough for the first down.
And listen, the offensive line has to do their job, but a really good job by the running back, understanding where his hole is. Go hit it, get the first down, don't mess around. Nice job following his hole, getting positive yards.
He'll ride his man on the option. Now the toss. Perfectly timed on that pitch, and they pick up the first down on the play.
Offense has a huge lead right now in the fourth quarter, and they're just going to run this football to try to ice the game, being more dominant, being more physical at the point of attack.
Trying to get to him. Caught behind the line. It's Moore. That completion has them right on the doorstep. They'll mark it at the 1.
And this defense continuing to struggle with the passing game. Listen, these offenses are so sophisticated nowadays. They're hard to stop, man, and it's a new one.
Touchdown, Blue Devils! And the punishment has been extended. They put another score on the board as they try to push this winning streak to 3. The kick is up and good and put one more on the lead. About to kick it away after scoring the touchdown.
63. Louisville, 10.
He'll bring it out. It's Turner. Pulled down at the 18, and the decision to bring it out of the end zone was not a good one. The Louisville offense is headed back out on the field. This has been a really disappointing performance, David, no question about that, but they can find some positives.
Yeah, and every time you watch the tape, you know, Jesse, coaches are pointing out, look at this. This was open if we'd have just ran the details to the right route, hung on to the football. Little things can make a big difference.
Yeah, that's why they call it a game of inches, David. But I'll say this, if you're on offense, don't go on social media this week. It ain't going to be pretty after this performance. You've got to lock in. You got to take the week of practice very seriously and find those positives that you can build off, David, that you're talking about.
He's run out of bounds, but a big play on that one, and it'll be a first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs.
29 Philly.
They'll throw it on first down. He's open on the right. Knocked down immediately, but a big gain down to the 45.
Nice catch just past the first down marker, so this drive stays alive. Nice job by the quarterback and receiver.
He wants to throw. Looking to buy time. At the 35, he's got room. Timeout called by the offense. 29 seconds left on the clock.
Timeout, Louisville.
The Cardinals will line it up on 1st and 10. He's going to pass. He's right on target. He's there to make the stop, but the damage has been done as they pick up the first down on the throw and catch. Quarterback will audible. They've marched to the red zone, and here they go. Got it in the middle. It's Brown. Didn't pick up a lot there. Moved it forward just a few. They'll call timeout with 9 seconds left on the clock. It'll be second down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring.
Jackrabbit.
Defense trying to keep this offense from getting a line on who to block. Gets rid of it. It's complete. And he'll make his way out of bounds after the solid pickup. One more play to pad the stats.
Easy. Down, down.
They'll try to get the first through the air. Using his legs, keeping his eyes downfield. And he takes it in the end zone for a touchdown and a little window dressing here at the end of the game.
And this has been a rough day for this offense, and finally, some good things to happen. Build some momentum maybe for the future. You know, that's the way the coaches spin it when you're getting beat up and you're getting destroyed. Like, listen, let's find something for the future. Let's keep fighting. Let's keep working. This team's done that, put some points on the board, so it's not all bad.
And the extra point is good, and that's the way we'll wrap it up. Just complete and utter dominance in this one. Outplayed their opponent and took care of business.
Yeah, total dominance.